So I'm filling in for Marty. Uh, Somebody had messaged me over the over my comments on my last video. Hey, can you fill in tonight? Because Marty's he's out of town and stuff. So I texted Marty. But hello to everyone here. I can see there's a lot of people on the chat here, and I asked Marty, hey, do you want to do tonight? Since I wanted to confirm that you weren't able to do anything tonight. And he says, yeah, just go ahead. So I appreciate him letting me kind of fill in tonight because that's basically what I'm doing. So, but here I am. What's up, the fingers? There was a lot of course, chat activity. It's always usually chat activity before these things, because I've done it before also. So we got, let me go through a roll call here. I'm going to go way up to the top. We got Dusty. We have 33 Bean Raceway. We have SW Marb 52, Ragtop Pat, The Fingers. What else we got here? We got Raul. How you doing, Raul? Got Slot Journal, Slot Car Wildman, Kirby Road, De Leon Slot Car, Dick's Slot Car Garage. What do we do? Did I miss anybody? I'm still going down the list here. Make sure I did not miss anybody. I'll keep going. Garage of Slot Cars. John Tucci. What else we got here? Trying to go down the line, see if I did not miss Slot Car Wildman. I think I see Chris Freder. I hope I said your name right, man. I don't want to hack somebody's name up, so I hope I said that correctly. And Mr. Eric Tucker. Hello, Eric. See you in there. So we got everybody here. It looks like. I hope I didn't miss anybody. So if I did, just let me know. I'd appreciate it. So then Dave just popped on. Hobbit Racing popped up. All right, what's up, man? Dave, man, that one you built recently looks badass, man. But I gotta get the drop axle down. Dave's gonna make a video on doing a drop axle on scratch builds, and that one I haven't mastered yet. I've been messing with it, but I need to see how he does it so I can kind of get a good idea. I'm more of a visual guy, so. But what's up, Joe? Stock Car Dojo. Need to Richard Webb. I see you there also. Need to have him do a vid hopefully on a drop axle, because that part right there is real key when you're doing a jalopy type, hot rod type, is the drop axle. It's something that it'd be cool to see done, because I know Dave there, Shotgun Dave's a master at that, because I've seen his cars and it's like, wow, I need to learn how to do that. What's up, DK Moon? I see you there, sir. But and Miss Me, but I'm just lurking. Jeff G, hello. Daniel Thomas. There's some guys popping up there. Hope you all are doing well. Again, Marty is. Thank you, Dave. See that Marty is busy on business, so he's tied up. And again, like I said, I think it was. I can't remember who is it. SW Marv, I think, is the one that messaged me or commented on my latest video and asked me if I would do a live tonight, since Marty's not able to. So I just texted Marty and asked him, hey, are you going to be in? Repeating the whole thing again. I know I'm double talking myself here. And he said, no, I'm not. I'm kind of caught up in the conference call. And I asked him, would you want me to do it? Because I don't want to, this is his baby. He said, yeah, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. So there you have it. Hobbit Racing. How you doing? Yeah, he's working. He's not making coffee. So, right now there's not really, I don't think he had a defined plan of what he wanted to talk about. I know he wanted me to come on, because last week he asked me to, if he was able to do it tonight, obviously, but he's not. But, so, what do you guys, what's on your guys' mind? I guess we'll go with what the crowd wants. Besides, the usual, what slot car are you doing? What are you guys' projects going on? That's what we need to find out. Anybody has done any tuning or scratch building? I mean, any questions on that, or anything going on with your layouts, or anything new you've got? Any questions? Something like that. But pretty much, see, Dave's trying to keep up with the with the chat. He says they type too fast. There's a lot of chat coming in, but Anyways, I basically was kind of asleep on the couch. That's what happens when you become a senior citizen. You kind of fall asleep on the couch. And I woke up at around, I think, close to 7, and that's when I got the message. And I was like, well, okay, let me wake up first and set up the cameras and, confirm if this is true that he's not going to be able to make it tonight. So we got it all done. So we're here. Steve Sweeney, how you doing? And see more chatter going here. Gerardo, how you doing there? How you doing, sir? And you guys are typing hella fast, man. There's all kinds of comments flying in. I can see why Dave's saying that. Lots of comments. Lots of them, so I'm going to keep track here. Anyways, what's on your guys' mind? I can tell you what I've been doing. I've been getting I got these, I'm sure these are Group C cars. I got this Group C car that I've had for a long time, the Jag, and it's digitally chipped and it has the magnet on it. And then I got a Lankia on there on the track that I took the chip out, and then you can see this has nail polish on the front tires. I sanded the tires down on the other one and treated the other tires, and it looks like they held up well. And it didn't have a magnet. This car right here has a magnet and a digital chip. This was early on when I was doing stuff. I haven't really touched this car, but these cars, you could bring them back, pretty easily by cleaning up the front tires, by trimming them, and using floor shine and remove the magnet and treating the tires, a little tuning, and it's works out well when you get it done like that. The slotted cars are pretty forgiving once you bring them back. So let's see, we got Jeff G started a new scratch build project. Yeah. So what do you, so what kind of a scratch build are you doing, Jeff G? A hot rod one? Let's see, Jason, thanks guys. Thoughts, just wanted to double check before I bought a bunch. Let's see, everybody's chatting about different things here. It's a chat fest here, look at this. Got Legends card, Ragtop Pat, you got some Legends cards. I haven't gotten any of those, I heard they're fun. I haven't got one yet. Right now I can't be buying slot cards. I have to really put a squash on it right now for probably like a couple of months. I need to focus on some other stuff I need to do, so I haven't bought any cards lately because of that reason. It gets too costly. I do use the PayPal 4Pay thing sometimes, so that's kind of a good tool to have for PayPal. You just pay it in 4 payments, every 2 weeks, so that works out pretty good. But put 11 cards in the card as pre-orders of LED. Holy smokes. Raul, what did you order? Did you order more? It's not Carrera cards. So if you did 11, so I'm assuming it's some slotted, but some scale autos, because they got a lot of scale autos there at LEDs. Daniel Thomas, how you doing there, sir? We got to have started and modify a cheap 25-pound scale electric body. One of the robust ones, there's plenty of meat on the plastic to mess with to home skills before tackling the expensive ones. Are those one? I remember Scale Electric made a set of cars. They were they're like the extra durable ones, and where the windows were blacked out. Those are the ones I remember. I can't remember what they called them. If anybody remembers what they had a name to them, so they were more impact resistant. They didn't have interiors, but they were a lot thicker and they could take a harder hit and stuff. But that's the ones I remember. Dusty, 3 on pre-order from LEB, You guys are pre-ordering the crap out of cars. The only thing pre-orders I could think of are the Polycar Vintage ones and the slotted Porsche 962. What else is coming out? I'm trying to think what else is on there. Revos, I think. There's a lot of pre-orders out there right now. I didn't do any pre-orders. I can't do any right now, so I'm, like I said, put a stop to it. Put some boards around the outside layout after work. That way I don't have to worry about hitting the concrete floor. Cool. Yeah, you know what you can do is go to Lowe's and get that trim, that wood trim that's about 2 inches tall, or even plexiglass. Plexiglass may be a little bit expensive, it would be cheaper, and put it around the track and use that as main border, so if the car comes off, it doesn't fly off the track and land on the ground. I had a slotted, Thunder Slot do that, and the Thunder Slots are pretty tough. That blue one I tuned, that one flew off the off the track and fell on the ground. I thought it was done, but it's pretty durable, so it won't take a hit. Question, Steve Sweeney. Let's see what your question is. If you have a loose condition, I have done everything except lead. I need to add 0.3 ounces. Where do I start? I tried in front of the motor and some under the axle. All make conditions worse. I don't know what kind of car you have, Steve. I don't know what you're dealing with. I mean, it depends. What car are you trying to tune? Because it all depends on what you're trying to do. It sounds like you're adding weight, and you might want to look into the tires for one thing, and making sure your track surface is clean. If you have a dirty track surface, or if your tires are not, cleaned up or treated pretty good, then you're going to have that kind of issue that'll contribute to fishtailing, or a loose pod, or a loose rear body screw that'll do that also. There's Marty. I predict that George will hit 1,000 subs during the live stream. Marty, I'm filling in for you, man. I'm kind of lost. I don't know really what to say much. Daniel Thomas. I'm good, thank you. You just George yourself. So that's correct, sir. One of the durable ones that I have good speed when lightened. Cool. Put weight on my NSR Porsche, 997, and went straight to the catch fence. Dick Slocker. I used the shiplap stuff that was like $5, bought M7. Yeah, that'll work to put around there. Your NSR Porsche rag top, Pat, they make those round little tungsten weights from Professor Motor. Those actually, if you kind of, how would you say, file down the little circular parts where the magnets goes on NSR, you could put one of those in there. 5 ounces is what I use on the GT40 Mark IV that I have, and I put it in the front. That car handles great with a little bit of weight. Sneaking in during your last session, huh? You're a busy man, Marty. See that. So, Jeff G, my track is inlaid, so no guardrails needed. Gotcha. Yeah, no kidding, Joe. Lots of money there. I see that. Lots of dinero going out with slot cars. Put George to work. Yes, you have. So what I've been doing, like I said, is let me show you this car right here. This one right here I've had for a real long time, and this had a digital chip and it had the nail polished front, wheels, and I trued these, put floor shine, treated the rear tires, tuned it, put my tape on it, and this car runs really good. This has the Frankenslot guide on it, and I changed the braid on it, which I did a long time ago. So this car I've had for a long time. I just haven't really messed with it. I just pulled it out of the case and just started screwing around with it, and it runs real good right now. Real good running car. And I'll show you the magnet, Marshall, how much magnetic force a slotted car will pull. So here's one with a magnet, and this is a digital chip one. So here's what we do with the magnet, Marshall. So what we'll do is we'll weigh the car itself. Oops, zero that out because I touched it. So we'll weigh the car like that. We got 79 grams. I'll zero it out, and you're going to see how much magnetic downforce this has with the magnet, including the motor. You got 134 grams of magnetic downforce. So that's the motor and the magnet that's inside the car that comes with it. See, my wing's a little dented there. So we're going to do the one that's the non-mag, and we're going to weigh that at 74 grams. I'm going to zero it out. And we'll put that on there, and we only have 6 grams of magnetic force. So that's from the motor itself, the magnets in the motor. So you can see what a difference. And when you have this magnet, Marshall, it really helps you out, determine with tuning too. So, pretty cool little tool. So I've been messing with this car, like I said, just trying to get it working right, and it's working pretty good. So that's kind of like been my little project lately here. I haven't really done anything else, but yep. Yeah, that was a Lancia Marb. This Martini livery one. It's a pretty old one. I used to have a lot of Group 5 cars. I had like 3 or 4 Group 5 cars, and I got rid of them because early on when I was doing this, you know, in 2019, 2020, I didn't really have interest in the not Group 5. I keep saying Group 5, Group C cars, and I get rid of the 2 that I had. I think it was 2 or 3 of them. I sold them to somebody, and they were not too old. They were like brand new in the box. 2 of them were, and the other one was slightly used. So, but yep. Question. Let's see what question from Kirby Road. Let's see a question here. Let's see. Is there a standard, or is it personal preference on the length of braid coming through the guide? So really, you want it the length to the end of the guide is where you want it. See how the end of the guide is right there and how those are cut? That's where you really want it. So the length of the keel or the guide is where you want to cut the end of the braid, so right about there. So if you have a shorter one, you cut it shorter. That's what I do. I mean, if you want to try something different, I mean, you can go ahead and see if it gives you a better effect on what you do, but that's what I usually do, is exactly like that. So, but anyways, get that out of the way. So, yep. Let's see what we got here. Excellent. Wow, man. There's a lot of conversation going on here. So, pretty much, that's what I've been messing around with. See, everybody's having their own conversation here. No Mamix on THED. Not sure what that means, okay? So what kind of cards it sees? That's what I'm trying to ask you. Is it a slotted, NSR? You're not giving me a little bit more specific information. Is it a real long car like that Ferrari 512 that I have? It has a long tail. Is it a short car? Kind of need some more information to kind of help you out. Need the info. Those were copper braids. Copper tin ones will look like this. So these are copper tin ones from Slot Car Corner. And then the ones that this is copper themselves. Well, not this one. That's the other one that's on the track now. Those are copper tin ones. Actually, it looks like. Right. George, can the braid short out if longer than the guide? It's a possibility. I think when they are actually, when one touches the other, yeah, you could short it out. You don't want them like super long. That's a possibility. They'll arc and, you know, kind of do weird things. So I usually like to keep them separate, you know. So as long as they're not touching each other, it should be fine. That's why you want to cut right there at the end of where the guide ends. That's what I usually do. So let's see. I'm kind of losing everybody in the chat here. There's so much stuff going on. You guys are talking amongst yourself too here. So I got Curry Road's question answered. Yeah, got SW Barb's question answered. Question, here's Chris. Is there an advantage to one type of braid? Honestly, so I would say the stiffer braid is one thing. What it'll do is it'll pop the chassis out, so you have to make sure you squish them down. Whereas the softer braid is a little bit easier because the weight of the car will push it down because it's not as stiff. I wouldn't say there's really an advantage or disadvantage. I mean, it's really up to your preference. I like the softer braid because I don't have to worry about it, you know, sticking up. You know, if it gets pushed up, it stays in a position. Like the sideways cars have real stiff braids, and if you don't keep them, you know, how would you say? See how they're really stiff. They're stiff braids. You could do that, and stiff as, you know, stiff as hell. So you want to make sure that you have these pushed down, because if these are sticking out really high, then this chassis is going to pick up. And then when you put the car on the track, it's going to deslot immediately because the slot is not you know, the guide is not buried into the slot and it will pop right off. And that's what it did on that one tune video on the Pro Moby Dick. Not exactly what it did. You can pop it out because I need to push the braids in. So sometimes those simple things. But yeah, I mean, I don't see it. Honestly, I don't see any advantage. As long as the braid transmits the power to your motor and it doesn't, you know, keep your chassis down. I mean, if it's a stiff one or soft one, as long as it gives you good continuity, you know, how would you say connection, and go with what you feel is good for you. Let's see. Let's see. I never noticed the difference in the braids being tinned or not. Just make sure you're not touching the ends where they attach to the wires. Correct. Hobby racing. All right. See you later there, Mr. Marty. I guess you're taking off. Looks like. Yeah, you earned the money. I know what that is. How about racing? Softer overall, except my Revo slot 100. Well, your Revo slots are heavier, so because it's a metal chassis, it's just like scratch building. The weight of the chassis is going to push them down if they're, you know, heavier. You got like a plastic chassis, like slotted, or, you know, and it's a little bit thinner, so they're going to push the chassis up because they're stiffer, you know, braids. I like the softer, but I also feel like they wear quicker. Yeah, maybe. I mean, just keep an eye on it and just change them out. And changing a braid's not that hard. You know, switch them out. Question: Steve Sweeney, Sideways Hurricane GT3. Should I put lead on pod? I have add 30 ounces by rules of 3.2 minimum. Okay, so you have a Hurricane Sideways. So you're having fishtails. The thing is fishtailing a lot. So have you like treated the tires? Are they the box stock tires, or did you put like some Shore 22 tires on there? What have you done with the tires? And then, you know, have you loosened the body screws? Those cars, when they start gripping, so the box stock tires that come out, what I've noticed on Sideways is that you could run the body and the pod a little bit loose. They won't, you know, chatter. But when you put Shore 22 tires, which are the medium tires from Sideways, which I did on that 512 and that Moby Dick one, things started to really grip, and then the body started chattering, everything started chattering, so you have to tighten everything down. And the fishtail part, if it still continues to do that, you can put some electrical tape or Gorilla Tape across the front of the pod, like I did on this one right here that I showed you a moment ago. So this is strapping tape. I would use Gorilla Tape or electrical tape. So like that, that'll act as a shock absorber, maybe cut down the fishtailing. This thing's long, so this used to fishtail more than usual. It does it a little bit, but not as much as it's done before. So you're adding a lot of weight, 0.3 ounces. Try taking the weight out and try adjusting your pod screws and your body screws first before you start adding weight. See what you get out of it. So still trying to get a day where I'll try to meet you and MP and Mark. Yeah, they're talking about August. I have to see if I can do it. So I mean, I have to, you know, discuss it with my wife. It'd be like a 2-day trip. I'd have to leave here like Monday morning, and I'd get there probably like in the afternoon. This is only 5 hours away from Chillicothe to High Point, so it's closer. 18th to the 27th. Yep, that's a problem. So that's right. Everything possible except pod adjusting and weight. Best of everything. Not sure what to tell you about that. I mean, it's hard to really tune the car over the internet. You just have to keep messing with it. Sometimes cars will take longer to tune. I know I took like an hour and a half on one to 2 hours. Just adjusting here, adjusting there. And you just got to watch the car and listen to it and the feel of it. You know, I don't know, kind of, it's weird to say that, but the feel of it when you're driving it with the trigger. That's where you have to really just, you know, pay attention to stuff, see what it's doing. Hey, funny, I am in Ohio most of the year. Really? Okay. I had enough PTO, maybe we can do some plan next year. Cool. Weight on pod, okay? Yeah, if you want to put weight on pod. I don't use any weight on these cars, but I mean, I don't know what track you're driving if it's on wood. So yeah, I mean, add weight if you feel it's it's going to improve stuff, by all means do that. Okay. Alright, so what else you guys got, man? Because I don't know what to really talk about, to be honest. I'm a little bit kind of tired today. I had to do a few things this morning in the house and kind of burnt out, but I think I'll be alright. Let's have some water here. Northwest of Columbus and Dublin. Around Cincy, Jeremy. That's around Cincinnati. Isn't that where Cincy slots is? In Cincinnati itself, I guess. What camper? I'll bring you down my low car. Camper. Wow, Marty, you're so good looking. Okay. John, that's too much there. What else you guys got for me here? Comments here. So, what else have you guys been doing? Yeah, I was showing emotional damage. I got that on my noise here thing. I got like a little noise. Here you go.
Emotional damage.
Is that what you mean right there? Emotional damage. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I have a little sound effects on this thing, so I don't know if anybody can hear that at all on the sound effects. So, let's see. Tomorrow we needing a tow truck. Because it's a Mopar. Probably not. I'm sure it'll be fine. Cars one way for me. Where do you live? Garage of slot cars, or what state do you live? I'm not asking exactly where you live, but loud and clear. So you heard that, huh? You heard the little sound effects thing. This is the one that scared. When I did that video, I scared. You heard it, okay? I scared Danny, Dick's slot car garage, because it was this guy goes.
Bam!
He goes bam. It was Pacino. And it made him jump because he was driving. Didn't mean to make him jump like that. Semi-gloss latex wears in nicely over the years with great grip for silicones. Cool. So that's the paint surface you're using. Gotcha. Okay, I heard you. So you add weight to comply with whatever proxy you got. Alright, cool. Alright, if that's what you need to do it, Steve. Add some weight. I don't know what proxy or anything, proxy stuff I'm not into. Well, not the type of proxy where you, I can't say that because I send my cars to Harry's, that's a proxy, but I don't do too many of those. I like the scratch build proxies. I think those are fun to me. Right knee, get manipulated tomorrow, 4:45 a.m. A week of straight PT and back to work 22nd. Your knee, I know how that feels with your knee going bad. Now you have to get a rental. No Mopar 11, Ohio, I see. Evansville. Drive to Evansville, drive the rest of the way. Your voice sounds a little low, so I have volume turned up. The heckles you're playing are startling loud. Okay, I didn't know they were loud, so I know I increased the gain on my mic. So I got this mic, so you should be able to hear me because I do have it turned up on this right here, on that part. Let me lower down the sound effects to 50. So if I do another one, it doesn't start one even. 4 months off. Wow, yeah. Sorry, DK Moon, didn't mean to get you all started. How you doing there, Code Cantina? The cost to make a crowd digital, analog, or digital seems cheaper by a new evolution set and swap brains. Is building home box cost effective? I mean, there is there is information on how to do that. If you want to do it, I would say yeah. If you want to have the advantage of switching from digital to analog, and instead of spending like what I did with obviously the Omni box, or if you want to make your own type of text box, slot box, yeah. But yeah, swapping the if you swap the control units, you have to remove all the lane changers out of Code Cantina. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. You have to take all the lane changers out and put your analog in, and put your lane changers back in, and put your digital CU in. So it sounds like more work. George, are you sure you have your mic selected? It doesn't sound the same like last night. Um, Let me look. Maybe I don't have it set right, guys. Hold on a second. Let me see if the mic is. Oh, you're right. Holy smokes, I didn't know that was it. How about now? I didn't have it on the right one. Jeez. I had it on actually the webcam. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even see that. Why didn't go back to default to the DM20 USB mic I have here? So I think that should be better now. Apologize. I had no idea it was doing that. I'm not like good at sound like Marty is. Okay, that's a lot better. All right. So now we're in business. See, I should have double checked that and I didn't. So turn the gain down a little here. Yeah, sorry guys. I thought it was connected to this, but I guess it was connected to the webcam that's above that overlooks the track. So that's probably was more echoing traveling. So I didn't have it set. It should have went defaulted to this microphone, but I guess it didn't. So it's all right. Yeah, welcome to the stream, George. Thank you. So now everybody can hear me. They probably couldn't hear me to begin with, so they probably just kept ignoring me. All right, cool. Sorry, guys. We got what? Freaking 32 minutes into it until I figure it out. Rookie, yeah. I'm a rookie with sound. I'll tell you that right now. Not a sound person. Yeah, the echo last night was on Raul's end. It wasn't even on mine. So that's probably what happened. I unplugged the mic, rebooted everything, and it probably didn't go to this one because I turned everything off. And so I probably didn't check it. So I should have checked that. I usually check the mic, but I didn't this time. So sorry, guys. But anyway, it's fixed. So now you can hear me. Haha. Much better. So what else you guys are doing here? What do we got going on? What other projects are you working on? Because I am trying to keep up with the chat. And it's super. Yeah, and you even told me that, Ro. I just saw that now. Check your eCam. I should have done that. Quite George, what is your favorite slot car brand and why? Um, I think for tunability. So here, I would break it down this way. Favorite slot car for tunability and easy to tune would be the NSR, Thunder Slot, and Slotteds. I think those cars are super easy to tune. You basically get a real nice car out of the box, and all you had to do is loosen some screws, set your axle, your front axle height, and away you go. Um, Sideways cars take a little bit more. I like the sideways car. I don't have a real particular I like the sideways cars in general. I've been really kind of gravitating towards sideways. It's just kind of like a trend. Like the Revos, I was starting to gravitate toward Revos because I got quite a few Revos. Those ones take a little bit to tune. But really, my favorite slot cars really are scratch build slot cars. Those are the ones I really admire the most that people do because they're a personal expression of their, how would you say, art. So when you make a scratch build card, it's like a piece of art, that you've done yourself. And nothing again, like I said, I've always said nothing against manufactured cars that you buy, but I think a scratch build card is a great representation of what your style and what your abilities and what your tastes are. That's how I see it. So yeah, time for me to do scale out. I haven't got a scale out yet, Raul. I want to, but I haven't gotten to yet. I will soon enough. Sometimes I go into phases where I'll buy certain cars. Right now, it's like I've been looking at sideways a lot. It's like, gosh, that sideways car looks good.
and then I'll kind of like a couple months later just go to something else. Just depends. I need to get to my scratch build cars, which I haven't been doing lately. Probably next week I'll start getting on that second hot rod chassis that I started and didn't finish it yet. So, DK Moon, I like NSRs in general, but I like the choices of models they choose to make too. Makes them my favorite. Uh, yeah, I would say, and well, I mean, like you guys seen this on Facebook. This little bastard right here flies. I mean, these are the stock tires, and all I done is change the guide and tuned it, and this little car really hauls butt around this track. And then this one right here is even faster. These McLarens are really wicked, and these tires I need to get the little inserts to fill in that air gap thing and change the tires. This thing really whips. This is a serious fast car. If you guys haven't gotten a McLaren from NSR, this is a super fast car. Once you get it all set up, that thing is quick, really quick car. I would highly recommend one of those if you haven't. So let me read the other comments here. My next scratch built idea. Uh, I want to do the Batman car from the Michael Keaton movies from the 80s. I have the model kit. That's one I want to do next after the hot rod stuff. That's going to be a little bit down the road. My first skill was a Porsche 963. Cool. Question: how do the sideways cars run on Carrera plastic? Curvy road slot car. Look at the video I just uploaded. Uh, for sideways, it's that Moby Dick, that Porsche, the chrome one. You can see how it runs on the track. They run really well once you get them set up. Then when you get the uh, medium softness tires, the short 22 tires, they really start gripping than the box stock tires, and you have to make more adjustments on your bodies. But they run great. I think they look good, and once you get them tuned in, they're fun to drive. Let's see. I love the scale auto. I haven't tuned one yet. I have several. I have the Universal 124 and a converter I need to put together. I see that. Cool. Cool, Danny. Um, let's see. Love sideways cars to garage. Corvette, no converter. Let's see. Any more questions? Yes. Things from the rings from NSR. Yeah, the air gap system I'm not crazy about on those. I mean, they're not to me. They don't really do any to me. I don't think they do much. But I mean, some people swear by it, so I mean, it's up to whoever is running it on. But I prefer to. I don't like the air gap tire too much, so, or the wheel itself. But scales are nice to tune. I've changed the to hard chassis. I guess you're saying hard racing. Cool. Yeah, I haven't got a scale auto. I want to get a scale auto. So we could make a mystery machine. you know, uh, I seriously would. That would be a good one. Let me see. Learn how to do this. How do you do this? Post these on the ticker here, but I don't think you can. Trying to put that like Marty does, put them up on here. I don't know how to do that yet, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool to do. The mystery machine. Marv, George, BM, California might be a cool car for a dual motor setup. Want to build a dual motor car? That'd be interesting. Do a dual motor car. I'd like to see how that turns out. That'd be pretty cool. Big soccer cars. I'm just having a hard time wanting to open my nice cars and put them on the track. But you got to put them on the track and drive them, man. That's the whole point. Questions? Anyone using the NSR suspension kits? Um, Dusty, I agree with your comment there too. Uh, the the suspension kits, I have tried using them. I've used them. Some of them have them. Honestly, if you have really super, this is the deal. When you start getting a slot car that starts really gripping, then you're gonna have to tighten everything up. And even that hard suspension, the car is gonna want to like jump around. So I mean, I really don't use the suspensions too much. I have tried them out. They're probably great for really bumpy tracks, like Gap. You know how some tracks are like really bumpy. But when you start getting like a lot of grip, then they make the car chatter even worse, and then you have to start like tightening down. So I mean, it depends on how the track surface is, but I really don't use them anymore. I got a couple of kits if you want them. They're upstairs in the box. See what our old said here. Question: how many would you like to see? How I shoot and edit my video step by step? Yeah, that'd be good. The editing process, so people understand it takes a long time. I know. I do mines. It takes a while, and I'm sure Raul takes a lot more time because he's got a lot more multiple shots than I would. Yeah, it'd be kind of a cool one to do there. Chris, I put one of my PAF Porsches, but haven't got to mess with it yet. Yeah, PAF Porsche. Uh, Ventricles. He's got laughing here. How much would a woodchuck chuck? Oh, I'd be up in the wood track upstairs. Yep, that would be up in the wood track. I'm trying to see how do you display people's text. I have to learn how to do that. Because Marty, you usually put people's text up here. Need your own channel, Dusty. Yeah, Dusty. Try your own channel, man. You could just use your hands and your voice. You don't have to be on camera. Do it like Harry does. Great feedback on the answer suspension. I bought one to try. I never used it. Almost have track records. It's nice and content. Makes sense about the channel. Yeah. Again, like I said, when your car starts really gripping, that's where you start. It's just like a real car. When you get wheel hop, you start getting wheel hop when the car starts really grabbing it. It just bounces along. It's the same principle. Once you start gripping, you got to tighten things up. That's where the tape comes in and stuff across the pod. Canadian joke for Raul. Click on the comments, okay? And then what do you do, Raul, when you click on the comments? Under the comments and reactions, right? So I edit exclusively. Oh, okay. I see how you do it. All right, cool. I see. Add the broadcast. All right, then. Gotcha. All right, cool. So here's Dusty here with oh, that's not what I wanted to put there, but Bean's good one, man. Where was it at? Trying to learn how to do this here. Not good as Marty is. Uh, just to put the Salvation Guide. Oh, that's real old. Oh, these are old ones. Jeez, I'm way behind here. There you go. Yeah, I got it now. Oh, gosh. Baby Seal walks into a bar. I'll have a Canadian club on the rocks. Jeez. Oh boy, DK Moon. That's pretty gnarly there, buddy. That's why I didn't order a soft kit. Yeah, actually, Chris, I would stay away from. I'd honestly wouldn't use the suspension kit. I mean, go ahead and try it out to experiment. I did it to experiment. And what I found is that when you have like tires that really don't grip all that great, then it's fine and it moves nicely and reacts. But when you start getting like tires that really like ultra grips or something that really starts digging into the track, then that's when you start getting all that violent chatter from the car because it's really grabbing and it's just like shocks without springs, shock springs without shocks where you keep oscillating and they keep doing this. But I mean, it's up to you. Yeah, experiment. That's all I can tell you to do. Uh, but um, yeah, but Bourbon isn't old enough for me. I bought the suspension kit. Gosh darn it! Why is this thing doing this? It goes all the way down to the top, which is really annoying. Why does it do that, Raul? Let's see. Right here, this one. So I bought the suspension kit, but they really don't come into play on wood or bumpy tracks. Gotcha. Uh, what else we got here? Freeing my NSR P68 Allen Man number 9. Gosh darn it! Why does it keep doing that? It keeps. How do you keep this roll from like? It keeps like going up to the top. Maybe this is what I have to do. Here we go. Okay, now I know why. See, I received my NSR P68 Allen Man number 9 card today. Ford 3L 1968. Yeah, the P68's a cool car. I have one of those from NSR. They're really nice cars. They really tune nicely too. And then you put a round tungsten weight on one of the holes there, like 5 ounces, and they really handle nicely. Really nice looking car. Do you mostly race on Sean Casey? Do you? So what's this? So Sean Casey's asking me here: do you mostly rate mostly plastic on plastic, or do you bring plastic slot cars upstairs? Yes, I do. I did that on a video, as a matter of fact, on the Facebook Home Racing World. I did that Thunderslot Lola, tuned it, ran it down here, took it up to the wood track, no problem. Tuned for both tracks, so yes, you can tune them for both tracks easily. They're really forgiving cars. Cleaning up my garage, on De Leon. Brushless motor slot cars is the next thing. Huh, really? So brushless motor slot cars is the next thing I'm interested in seeing. I know Slot Car Dude is working on one. Yeah, that would be interested to see that. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see that also. That'd be pretty cool. Uh, what else we got here? I'm trying to read comments here. I have a bottle of Seagrams. I have a bottle of Seagrams 7 for my wedding reception. Should be Seagrams 47 now. That's a good one, Slot Journal. I like that. That's funny right there. uh, that's pretty good. VR drones. VR drones, huh? I also like sideways cars. Uh, too. My new favorite brand. Yeah, De Leon. They like again, like I always say, they're a brand that flies under the radar. I don't think too many people pay attention to that one, to that particular brand, but they're really nice cars. I like them. Really nice details. They have a lot of special edition ones, like that chrome one I got, and then I have a Lancia that's a special edition. That's the John Player special one, and they got a lot of cool cars. They have one right now on LEB Hobbies. It's another Moby Dick one, a 935 Porsche. It's John Player livery, but it's got red on it, and it looks really cool because the red really breaks up the black. So it's a nice looking car. Let's see. They were big in 2008, so I have so many of them in boxes. How come you haven't took any out yet, man? I'd like to see a couple of those there, Raul. They're still big, just not too many people are paying attention to them. They're a cool looking car. I like them. So I'm still after Sideways Lamborghini Rockstar Limited Edition, another trigger I haven't pulled. Really, Rockstar Edition. Yeah, John Player Edition. I'll show you one. I have it here. Oh, let me open my case. Slide the door open. This one right here. This one's a beauty. This is a nice looking car. Wheels and everything. I haven't put the soft uh, tires on these, the short 22 tires. So you see, I have everything's pretty loose. This car will need the stock box tire. You can run stuff loose. This is a nice looking car. Again, these cars to me are a diamond in the rough. They're really nice looking. Really, really pretty. I mean, really pretty. I'll put that back in the case. All right, Yep. Thank you, Stock Car Wildman. Appreciate that. So you have the Kramer one. Okay, cool. Kramer Porsche. Steve Sweeney. Stock Car Corner has some nice cars on sale. 50 cents for John Player Sienna. Yeah. Stock Car Corner will usually get some good deals going to move a product. So, Kristen not looking for FL. Yeah, they have the Gulf livery one there, Chris. The Gulf livery one is nice. That's a nice looking car. Thank you, Dusty. Appreciate that. That's a nice looking car. All very nice looking cars. Of course, there's other brands as well, that are nice looking. Also, I think they're pretty nicely detailed. Nicely detailed cars. So let's see here. Any more comments? More questions? Brushless motors. They have a chaparral too. Sideways does. I know it's an MMRC has one. Scalextric. I don't know if Sideways has a chaparral. I don't remember. I don't think they made a chaparral, but I could be wrong. So Sideways M1. You like the BMW M1, Raul? The BMW M1, yeah. That one. I'm not those cars. I haven't really taken too much to look at because I had one in a Carrera. I didn't really like it, so I just kind of boxed it. I only put it on the track once, and I traded it for something a long time ago. But yeah, it's the M1. That's a real popular body to make with Carrera, and you know some other companies do it too. Slotted, okay. Well, yeah, that's what I have. The Chaparral slotted. Yes, sir, Steve Sweeney. This is the slotted one. DK Moon here. I don't particularly love the light blue or orange, but love Golf livery. Yeah, it grows on you. It's more iconic color because of the Steve McQueen movie, Le Mans, because that was the car he drove in that movie with those colors. But that's it's a nice looking car. I like it. The livery, that's a real popular livery. The two I like are the sideways. So you like the two you like there. The sideways is the Brumo number 59 Porsche and 931 K2 and straddle Gulf livery. Yeah, nice. Nice. Hey, John. John, yeah, somebody asked me to fill in, so I'm filling in as best I can. I already screwed up. My mic wasn't on correctly on the correct one, so I probably sound like I was like in a cafeteria the first 30 minutes. But says De Leon, scale Viper, great out of the box. Scale out of Porsche 95 is junk with its universal chassis. So the scale out of Porsche one you don't like too much, the 35. Uh, the Viper's better. I see. See. The Miller livery on the Thunder Slot Lola is really nice. Yeah, it sure is. It's a nice one, all right. Welcome, Mr. John Albright. Thank you for showing up. Just filling in here. So what do we got here? So, Soccer Wildman, did anyone see the Stock Car Guys short live today? TA71 is producing the winner of Le Mans Ferrari. No, I haven't looked at Stock Car Guys video yet. Greg. Boo. What's up, Greg? Greg is booing me. This probably is there's no Sunoco liveries. Greg is the king of Sunoco liveries. Here, Greg. I'll unboo you here. Here you go, Greg. This is to get Greg on board here. This is his colors, big time. Greg he loves the Sunoco livery. I know Greg does. Blue and yellow. That's his favorite right there. That was a scary boo, not a mad boo. I got you, Greg. Sunoco, Bilstein, Napa, etc. Yes, sir. That's your colors. I know that for sure. I like those ones a lot. We're just talking, trying to fill in for Marty here. I don't know how good of a job I'm doing, but nothing much John really missed, to be honest. Just chatting away on things here. Nothing too serious. Just talking about slot cars. I can always do. What else is new? Did anybody watch the Le Mans race, or at least someone? I didn't. I didn't watch any of it. So I'm sure some people watched. Maybe an hour or two of it. I don't think anybody could sit through the whole 24 hours of it, but you never know. Some people may do that. But thank you, sir. I appreciate that. The fingers. I'm doing fine. Trying. So that's what I was trying to figure. Journal. I want a run ready to run. Gotcha. On the slot journal. Huh? Watched highlights. All right. You watched some highlights, huh? Cool. All right. It was a sleepless weekend. Dusty, you were awake the whole time, huh? John Tucci watched it on and off. Thank you, Raul. Appreciate that. I don't know about amazing. You watched. I watched. Was all about the hypercars. Yep. It's yeah, it wasn't exciting. It was exciting that Ferrari had won finally something since what 1965 was it? I don't know the history of they've not winning and then they how long they haven't participated or something like that. So I don't know. It's kind of don't know much about that. Had most of the race on in the background, so John was probably tuning cars and had the had it in the background. Huh? That's probably what I've been doing. I fell asleep before the Toyota 4 crash car. Oh yeah, cool. Love Camaros, so I had to watch. Yeah, there was a Camaro in there, wasn't there? In the race, a Camaro. Yeah, that's what they need to do. I know they've the new Trans Am. They need to make some cars out of those. The new Trans Am, like the new Camaro, the new Trans Am race series. They need to make slot cars out of those. Those are nice. And those would be some cool cars to make. Since they haven't made any classic ones, it'd be nice to make some newer ones like they have now. Those would be cool looking cars to have. And I mean, they have 3 that they could do. What's up, Daryl? Don't worry about it, man. You didn't. This is kind of last minute here, probably within the last hour before I went on. One of the guys asked if I could do this, and then I spoke to Marty, and he said just go ahead and do it because I want to make sure he was okay with it because this is his time slot. So, out of respect, Daryl. Let's see. Yes, that was Slot Journal. Most of what I watched going on the race on my bucket list. There you go. Slot car. Somebody just asked me, "What is your favorite race car?" You mean as far as like historical one, like not slot car, but you're talking about actual cars and you know if that's what you mean. Um, hey Daryl, if that's what you mean, I don't know. There's so many nice. There's just a lot of historic cars that I like. GT40. The Ferraris, Can-Am cars. And there's a ton of them. But you know, I can't really say I have an actual favorite. I like a lot of them. There's a lot of nice racing cars from the back in the day. So I'd say I'm more fond to the Can-Am cars. I think those cars were really unique. They didn't, run the class as long as it should have, but I thought those were really cool cars. So I'd say the Can-Am cars I like more out of anything because of I guess growing up as a kid, I have the actual Shadow 164 HO car AFX that's upstairs. That was the one I remember the most, like Marty mentioned. And so I'd say the Can-Am cars are the ones I like a lot. Yeah, transactional and gearbox issues. What is that from here? I gotta read this. Gotta catch up on the comments here. It must be an inside thing I don't know about, but what we got here? Well, I think we got what 1 hour so far. Racing has become the way of a cookie cutter these days. Too many rules. Yeah, they. I know a lot of the old race days are nothing compared to what they are now. Like NASCAR. I mean, you see the NASCARs of the past. They're such a like iconic thing that it's hard to really look at the NASCARs of the future and how the cars are now and the rules. Everything changes. And then all the cars pretty much kind of look the same. You just so it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of lost of identity, I guess. That's the part that sucks. When you start getting into the future. But Marv, George, do you have? Let me read this here. Shoot. Ah, darn it. The mouse is not cooperating. There's a question here. George, do you have the Vanquish with the rear diff? Yes, I do. I have it in the living room on display. I only put it on the track one time when I lived in Winston, and I put it in the box, and I just left it in there. So yeah, I do have one. It's the black one. It's a cool looking car. So I don't have no desire to put it on the track. So that's why it's in the case in the living room on my display. What do you call 'em? Forget the hell you call them. They're shelves that are built into the wall. But that's what I have in my living room. So it's there, and one of them's that car's in there. Yeah, but yeah, I do have one. So yes, sir. Let's see, the Leon. I have the John. Yeah, the 935 sideways. That's a nice car. John Player special one. The sideways one, the 935. It has the red in it. The red's really nice. How it breaks it up. It's at a pretty good price in the LEB hobbies right now. Really nice car. They are nice cars, but 128 scale. Gotcha on the Vanquish ones. 28 scale. Didn't know that. Yeah, I have it in like I said in the case over there. It's been there for a long time. That's the only really I guess real shelf queen because the cars up there that you see up on the top shelf, those cars I've taken out and ran them. But that one Vanquish one, that one I've only put on the track once, so it's not nothing I would really want to run. So it's just a nice display case, display shelf queen car. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, you got to keep them greased. That's right, John. On the rear diff, you got to grease them up. It's right here. Right here. Vanquish cars don't run bad. You have to keep the diff grease. If they run dry, they fail. Yep. Plenty of grease in the diff, just like in a real car. Run it. Yeah, I don't think so. I no desire to run that car. I could take a picture of it on the track, but I won't run it. I could pretend to run it. Lucky guy, Chris. Spent a lot of my summers at the racetrack in Daytona, Mid Ohio, Road America, Nelson Ledges, and Old Cumberland uh, Road track, etc. Gotcha. The old days, 27 drivers died at Riverside over 19 years. That's just back then it was dangerous. Very dangerous. So let's see the question here. George, what is your what is the next for Area 51 Speedway? I still have scenery to build. Uh I the other track at Winston, if you see the older videos, I had like put rocks and I went to the dollar store is how I got most of this track, you know, scenery done. I went to the dollar store and got rocks and like it had this like looks like foliage to make it look like a desert. I don't want to do that I don't want to put like rocks. It was kind of a pain in the butt as long as the pebbles didn't get knocked into the track and then only maybe about one or twice they got kind of jammed up in there one time. But I do need to I would like to replace that mountain scene. I'm trying to get my wife to help me paint it again because she painted that and did that. I didn't do that. She helped me build a paper mache mountain, but I need to do more in that area as far as like more textured stuff, and I haven't really done that. So yeah, De Leon, I need that's one thing I want to do. But then I also have Hangar One Speedway, which I want to add stadium lights, and I haven't done that, and add some stuff from there. So I'm just kind of still have a lot of projects to do. So and George need a new a new UFO. So I have how many do I have? One, two, three. So I have five altogether. Say I probably should build another one. Not too bad to put up there. So look nice. I like the Area 51C, like Mad Max vibe. Ah, thanks. Yeah, I like Mad Max vibe. I love Mad Max as a movie. I wish I could get a 124 scale kit. The only one who has one is that Hiroshima, that Japanese one, and those are expensive because they're not in production anymore. But I have like a metal one, but that'd be too heavy to make out of a slot car. But yeah, I love the Mad Max movies. I love the car, the black on black, as they call it in Australia. Mad Max, good idea, Cantina. It's never ending. Yeah, I would say yes. It is never ending. That is correct. Never ending. Thunderdome. Yep. Thunderdome. That'd be pretty cool. Make a little Thunderdome over there. Two men enter, one man leave. Ford 427. Your neighbors wonder about all the flashing colored lights. Uh, nobody's really bothered me about it or asked about it. But I'm sure maybe on the Halloween when the kids come here, they're gonna wonder what all the lights are. Because we haven't spent a Halloween here yet in this house, and we got it in November, so we'll see what happens during Halloween. You could see it from outside the house if you walk out. If you see all the lights and everything, I'm sure people are going, "What the hell's going on in there?" I think it's like some type of discotheque or something. Uh, yeah, Chris Freder just rolled back the chat. Just with the 917 hard just answering it. Have a small screen with Tina Turner singing in the background. Yeah, one of the living. One of the living. 2 minute or 1 man leave. Yep, that's it. That was the thing they would chant. Master Blaster. Fighting all over pig shit to make fuel. Weather came in and I brought back the track back inside. Yeah, you're the only one I see that does the track outside. Which is pretty ballsy, man. Because when it starts raining, you gotta haul it back in real quick. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, guys. That happens when you get old, you get tired. Uh, there you go. Staver thinks he's running an underground disco. And I'm kidding. I should put like a ball up there or something. Yeah, they probably do think that because all the lights going on and stuff. I want to add more of those. I want to add more like LED stuff. Like I want to add those Miller signs, those railroad signs from Miller. Those are really cool. I'd like to do a few of those on this track and maybe upstairs. I want to be wanting to do that for a long time, even when I had this in Winston, but I never really got around to it. So that'd be kind of a cool right there to do that. Daryl. Laugh out loud at Daryl. Yes, sir. Barber Town. Yep. That was the thing. Who ruled Barber Town? Oh, this thing's doing that again. That's annoying. Why is it doing that? All right, Dusty. You take care of there, bud. See ya. You probably got to go to work in the morning. What time is it, guys? We got 9:10. Well, a couple more minutes here, and we'll probably call it a night. I know I don't stay as long as much as Marty does, but Marty's good. I think he's better at this than I am. I'm trying to get topics here, and I can't think of anything. Anyone else tuning anything lately? At least on the anybody try and tune any of those Polycar vintage F1s? Those are a little bit of a challenge, but once you get them tuned, they're fun cars to drive. And they're coming out with three more, so Polycars are releasing three more of those. So that should be cool. See that? Thank you, Marb. Appreciate that. Thank you, Slucker Wildman. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Let's see. With the suspension kits, let's see. Chris, with the suspension kits, I wanted to make sure the car were close to the same as possible, minus the spring tension. Yep. Got to experiment with that. 5 cars waiting for me to tune when I get back to the track. What 5 do you have waiting for you, John? Are they Revos? See what you are going to be doing. The fingers. Just going to work on truing tires and a bunch of my junkers with my new CG Truer. Oh, cool. You got a new CG Truer. Cool. Yeah, they come in handy. And they work good. They're great for, doing what you need to do. That'd be cool. You guys should think of entering the crap car proxy. I've been wanting to do that, and I never got ever a chance to do it. I think Harry's doing that with Mark. Mark Thomas is doing the crap car proxy. It's on the forum board. So basically, the crap car proxy is, and see that kind of proxy I wouldn't mind driving. I did it last time with Slot Car Addicts in North Carolina. Here they hosted that. But basically, what it is you turn in a crap car. It doesn't matter if it's tuned or it's just a shit car, and you put it on the track that was fun when I did that. They had a Ford T-Bird that did wheelies. It would pop up. He had a drop arm, and it would. Those are fun to drive because there's no really big expectations on driving. Because when you drive somebody's car on a proxy and you don't drive it well, and they get mad because they know the car could do better, and you may make a mistake. So I think to me the crap car proxy is cool because you could get away with just running it how you want it because it's a junk car. It don't matter. So one Revo, two slotted, and two scale autos. Oh, you got two scale autos. Cool. And one Revo. Not like you don't have enough Revos. Yeah. Finally broke down. I got one. All right. Another thing to do. Yeah, John, you got a lot of cars to tune. You got 4 there. This is right here. So I had a nice start over funds to finger since I made my dark purchase. That dark purchase. Dark purchase, huh? Uh, he tuned a few career NASCARs and others. 2 only changed the guide and rear tires. 1 didn't even change the tires. Didn't need anything. Ain't broke, don't fix it. Uh, what's a good motor for those NASCARs is the Predator 25. I think it's 25K. The with the green green clear end bell. It's the ball bearing motor. That motor is excellent for those cars. They really have they're really nice because they don't have a lot of braking, so you could roll through stuff. I like the motors in particular. I did a few of those with the NASCARs and they run good. With Frank from New York came over here. I did a few of his cars. They run really good on the wood track. Let's see, here Gob's True looks pretty good and pretty reasonable. Do it yourself kits, parts for $100. Cool, cool. My first Revo slotted, being a little bit of a pain. Did not know once you loosen the chassis screw, I needed to add a little nail polish on the blue lock. Yeah, on the ones on the top, or they'll come loose and then they'll fall off. Yeah, you need to do that. Definitely. Um, Content on the TDP channel. That thanks. Yeah. What else you guys got here for me? Anything? Anyone? Bueller? Ferrari F40. Is that what you got, huh? Ferrari F40. Cool. All right. That'd be a nice Revo slot. I haven't gotten any Ferraris. Not yet. It'll be a while though. I got to stop the purchasing of slot cars for a while. It's kind of expensive. Yep. Thank you to Fingers. Appreciate that. Like button. All right, guys. I'm going to call it. Let's see what this last question is before I call it. What do you got here, Slot Car Wildman? What do you ask me? There we go. You're leading this mayhem of men, George. Gives us something. I'll try. Let's see. Calling it a day. Thanks, George. Interesting to watch and a good read. Thank you, sir. Take care. Keep having fun. Everyone stay safe. All right, Daniel Thomas. I didn't really see you there at first. And it's the first comment I'd seen. How you doing, Daniel? Sorry if I missed you somewhere. Mostly Porsches. One other month is bad. All right, you guys. Yeah, one a month isn't bad. Sometimes you get out of hand. You start buying two or three. And like, oh crap, I gotta have that one. Okay, well, thanks guys for coming. I hope I was able to kind of fill in enough for Marty here. So got an hour and 18 minutes, so I'm gonna call it because I'm getting tired and I'm starting to drop. I want to go upstairs and relax. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I need to go to bed. So thanks again, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. As always, take care and have fun racing.